President, China voted no in the procedural vote on the provisional agenda. We register our regret about the result of the vote. Following the signing of the MOU between the U.S. and Iran, tensions in the Middle East eased temporarily. The ceasefire, however, is currently facing setbacks and challenges, complicating the prospects for negotiations. The proper settlement of the Iranian nuclear issue bears on the restoration of peace and stability in the Middle East and concerns the shared interests of the international community. The parties involved should advance negotiations with a rational and pragmatic attitude. I would like to emphasize 3 points. First, it is vital to maintain the cessation of hostilities. Pursuant to the memorandum, the U.S. and Iran commit themselves to respecting each other's sovereignty and territorial integrity, permanently halting military activities across all fronts, and establishing a roadmap for negotiations and the lifting of sanctions. China welcomes these commitments and highly appreciates the efforts made by Pakistan and relevant regional countries in this regard. China urges the parties concerned to filter out distractions, renounce the use or threat of force, safeguard and implement the outcomes of the MOU, reach a solution that addresses each other's concerns, lift sanctions on Iran the soonest, and strive for substantive progress in the political settlement process. Second, it is imperative to uphold a correct sense of right and wrong. Addressing the Iranian nuclear issue requires respecting the legitimate demands as well as lawful rights and interests of the parties concerned. Iran should continue to honor its commitment not to develop nuclear weapons. As a state party to the NPT and a non-nuclear weapon state, Iran enjoys the legitimate right to the peaceful uses of nuclear energy. The peaceful nature of Iran's nuclear program must be ensured through strict IAEA safeguards. The unilateral withdrawal of the U.S. from the JCPOA triggered the Iranian nuclear crisis. Furthermore, it was the 2 rounds of U.S. strikes on Iran that rendered Iran's nuclear facilities inaccessible to IAEA inspections. The U.S. should take concrete actions to create favorable conditions for political settlement of the Iranian nuclear issue. Third, the Security Council should play a constructive role. The memorandum between the U.S. and Iran states that the final agreement will be endorsed by the Security Council, fully demonstrating the Council's pivotal position in seeking a political settlement of the issue at hand. Security Council Resolution 2231 expired on October 18th of 2025. The Security Council has ended its consideration of the Iranian nuclear issue. The priority now for the Council is to uphold objectivity and impartiality, allow time and space for diplomatic efforts, foster a positive and favorable atmosphere for negotiations, and avoid becoming a tool for a few countries to advance their own political agendas or exert pressure. President, since the eruption of the conflict in the Middle East, China has been actively working to end hostilities and promote peace. As a party to the JCPOA and a permanent member of the Security Council, China has consistently upheld an objective and impartial stance, stressing the need to resume talks and preserve the political settlement process. China has addressed multiple letters to the Council and the DGA to articulate our views and proposals. China stays committed to playing an active and constructive role in achieving enduring peace in the Middle East and will contribute its wisdom and efforts toward peaceful settlement of the Iranian nuclear issue. Thank you, President.